Dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Good morning and welcome to The Splash Live. Dave Scott here, obviously not in our Civic Center studios. I'm on business this week around the state of Michigan. I happen to be in Charlevoix, Michigan. A beautiful morning, but cool here at the City Marina right in downtown Charlevoix. Great spot for you to visit, as I know many of my friends here in West Bloomfield do each and every summer. So hopefully get a chance to get up here. But back to business at home. Thank you for joining us. This is the Splash part of 90 minutes of live and local television each and every day right here on Civic Center TV. Half an hour of this show, even though I'm in Charlevoix today, we are all about our local community. We'll get to a lot of important stories happening right here in the Greater West Bloomfield area. Tyler Keefe will be in this morning. A little bit later, he checks in at 10 o'clock for an hour of the MegaCast. Together, an hour and a half of live and local television each and every day right here on Civic Center TV. Easy to watch us across all of our platforms. Of course, our traditional platform, Civic Center TV, channel 15. You can also catch us if you're a AT&T subscriber on channel 99. So channel 15 Comcast, channel 99 on AT&T. Easy to watch us as well each and every day on civiccentertv.com. And you can go there, watch our live programming, and also see, of course, all of our archives and other great, useful local information. 50,000 people every year come to civiccentertv.com. Hopefully you're one of them. And if you've not been there recently, we invite you to come, pop in, and check it all out, see what you're missing. We're also on social media, isn't everybody these days? You can watch us live streaming on Facebook and also on YouTube. And good morning if you happen to be driving around West Bloomfield today, listening to the radio 89.3 Lakes FM, our local radio station. And we really enjoy the opportunity for you to be able to tune in as you're driving to work or wherever you happen to be going around our community. Good resource. Lock that in on your radio, 89.3 FM. You're home for Lakers sports. You're home for all of our community meetings. We simulcast all of our programming on the radio, making it easy for you to stay in touch with your local community. So, huge event earlier this month, a number of them really. May is always a very busy month here in the Greater West Bloomfield area. And we had, of course, our big Michigan Week celebration happening earlier this month. We're going to check in with Deb Macon today from the Michigan Week Committee, talk about some of the amazing award winners from this past week's presentation. And over the next couple of weeks, we'll have a chance to meet many of them and hear more intimately about their stories. So we look forward to that. We set it all up on the Splash today with your community cheerleader, good friend, Cable Commission member Deb Macon, checking in a little bit later on in the program. We also have a tremendous amount of other local news, and really one of the big local stories we're going to talk about today is Schuler Books. But before we get to that, let's take a look at our weather around the Greater West Bloomfield area. And Jared, I can hardly read that. So out here in Charlevoix, I'm going to hit a button and hopefully I can see that better, and I can't. Nobody's fault, but you can see the weather on the screen, and we know that it's a little bit cooler today. And that's cool. That's going to be fine. There we go. I think I can see that now. But it's going to be a little cooler around the West Bloomfield area today. Partly cloudy skies. And well, there you have it. You have the weather on the screen. You get the benefit of seeing it. I can't. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back. Schuler Books, one of the big stories in West Bloomfield. They are now officially open. We have this great new bookstore, their big grand opening coming up this weekend. We'll tell you all about it in just a moment. Good morning. I'm Dave Scott. You're watching The Splash Live, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live.
That was totally my fault, sir.
I'm Steve Eiserman of the Detroit Red Wings, and I think every child in Michigan deserves a safe, healthy, and happy childhood. Can we build a state where children trust Michigan isn't just a name, but something our kids believe? Please support Children Trust Michigan as the voice for children and families by visiting the website to learn more.
Like what you see? Beautiful works of art, masterworks of metal, and accomplishments of artistry will be on display near you. All kinds of artists from all walks of life come together to celebrate their skill and appreciate their work's beauty. Hot Works presents the 2023 Orchard Lake Fine Art Show. Stop by July 29th and 30th between 2 and 10 p.m. between Powers and Daly off of Orchard Lake Road. And now, back to the Splash, live.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Splash Live. Dave Scott, thank you for joining us. I'm on location today up in Charlevoix, Michigan, but we're covering the stories right at home. Big story at home is the opening of Schuler Books here in West Bloomfield. What a great opportunity that is to have one of the state's great retailers, book retailers in our community. They only have 3 other locations. They're in Grand Rapids, in Lansing, and in Ann Arbor. And this is a big deal. I know we made a big deal out of it, but this is a huge deal for our community because book retailing is so difficult now. With Amazon and all the other online booksellers, having a good neighborhood bookstore is so important, and it's so vital. It's a gathering point. It's like the coffee shops and the restaurants and the churches and synagogues and mosques. As important as those all are, a great, vibrant bookstore is also just a great thing to have in our community. And, we've had some other large book retailers, but most of them around the country are having a really hard time. Schuler Books here in Michigan is the exception. They're doing a great job. They have 4 premium locations now. One of them is right here in West Bloomfield, and we couldn't be more excited for their grand opening, which happens on Saturday from 9 o'clock until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Good news from the folks at Schuler's. They're going to have freebies and a chance to win a bunch of giveaways. There's going to be an author-led story time, treats from a lot of area local businesses, and more. All of the details about what's going on there this weekend can be found at schulerbooks.com. Ribbon cutting ceremony from the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber. Our good friend Suzanne Levine and all the other colleagues and friends and businesses who are members of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber will be happening 9:30 Wednesday, May 31st. So mark that right before the month of June kicks off. So 9:30 Wednesday, May 31st for the official ribbon cutting, but stores open. Go check it out. It's on Orchard Lake Road, on the west side of Orchard Lake Road, right at the end of Northwestern Highway. So get out there, check it out. Great store. Congratulations. And Schuler Books, officially from your friends here at the Splash Live, welcome to West Bloomfield. We couldn't be happier to have you. So we are a residential community, no question about that. And the health of the real estate market, a lot of people have wondered with the economy up and down, interest rates where they are, what's going on with real estate and the vitality of real estate in our real estate dominated and home dominated marketplace here in West Bloomfield. Well, really good news this morning from Ashley Ellentock via Facebook. According to a database that all the retailers use called Realtors Property Resource, they have officially stated that in West Bloomfield, and I say West Bloomfield, I mean the greater West Bloomfield area, all of our communities that we serve. In our communities, we are in a seller's market. So if you have a home, you're coming up to the time of the year when most of these transactions happen, when kids are out of school, when it's in the middle of summer, when it's easier to move. Good news, it's going to be a good summer for real estate activity in our community. The Realtors Property Resource says that we have an average of 1.41 months of available inventory. And really, that's not a whole lot. Homes in our community are selling on average in just 23 days. So, if you've been looking for a home, you definitely know what that's all about. Because when you find a listing of something you like, you go look at it. You better make a deal pretty quickly. And the median sale price of homes, that's a good number, median sales price of homes in the greater West Bloomfield area. Now, in this case, it's West Bloomfield specifically, $369,000 is the median price. Now, we know a lot of homes are on the much higher side of that here in our area, but all good news, all of those metrics from the realtor's property resource are continuing to increase. They are all up over last month. And I guess it's a positive all the way around. If you're getting ready to buy a home in our community, maybe you'd like it to be a little bit more of a buyer's market. But for those people in our community, maybe somebody like you might be thinking about selling your home soon. It's a good time, and a lot of great realtors. You may want to get a hold of one of them and have a discussion about what you might want to do this summer. So moving along, congratulations to the West Bloomfield High School band program. Under the direction of Jesse Sachs, they presented their 2023 spring concert earlier this week over at West Bloomfield High School Auditorium. Just want to congratulate the band. I know we live in a community where we have unbelievable athletics in all of our schools, like St. Mary, West Bloomfield, Bloomfield Hills. So, and they do, let's be honest, get lion's share of the attention. But there's so many other great programs in our school districts. Always good to point them out, and congratulations to the band as an alumnus of the West Bloomfield High School band and your former drum major, 1977, Dave Scott. It's really good. I always want to take time out for our terrific West Bloomfield High School band. We're going to take a quick break. I'll be back with more. Thank you very much for tuning in this morning. I'm Dave Scott. Yes, on the road in Charlevoix. Lucky guy. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching The Splash Live.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Wake up, Greater West Bloomfield. Start your mornings with The Splash and tune in for The Splash Live. Get acquainted with people, places, and activities that are live, local, and for you. First thing in the morning, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on our Civic Center TV YouTube page, or watch us live at Civic Center TV or on Facebook. The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live update show. And now, back to The Splash Live.
Good morning and welcome back to The Splash Live. Dave Scott, your host of The Splash. Tyler Keefe checking in. He's not in the studio today either. He's operating from home these days. Tyler Keefe checks in. Not easy to say without my coffee. Tyler Keefe checks in this morning at 10 o'clock for the MegaCast. Right now, we couldn't be happier to be joined by your Greater West Bloomfield cheerleader extraordinaire, member of the Greater West Bloomfield Cable Commission, former school board member, and I could go on and on and on, and a member of the Michigan Week Committee. Let's say good morning to our good friend, Deborah Macon. Hi, Deb.
Hey, Dave. Good morning. Good to be here.
Oh, good to see you. Look at you. You're all dressed up. We had a sports theme this year for Michigan Week, and you certainly are enthusiastically displaying our uniform from this year's Michigan Week. Thank you very much for taking time to do so.
I thought, let's be as authentic as possible. It's always exciting to focus on our community all-stars.
Well, we are going to take an opportunity over the next couple of weeks and probably a lot of your help on The Splash. Go back and tell some of the deeper stories of the people that were recognized. For folks that are just tuning in that are not familiar with what Michigan Week is, this is a 51-year celebration in our community, honoring those who volunteer and really make a difference on so many different levels. Deb, it's just a privilege to be associated with such a worthy effort. And I know you have so little time with everything that's going on in your life, but you always make it a priority to make sure Michigan Week is special. Talk about your feelings for this event.
This event, literally every year we say, this is the best ever. This is the best ever. We had the privilege of hosting our award celebration at Temple Israel. It could not have been a greater environment. We honored 56 community all stars, volunteers, and community leaders. We celebrated them as MVPs. And this is a culmination of decades of a commitment to celebrate Michigan Week. And I would be remiss if I didn't say we are really proud. We believe we may be the last remaining community, not last, first, who are continuing this celebration that was literally begun at the state level over almost 70 years ago. We're
Yeah,
in year 51. Mm-hmm.
I want to say, was it Governor Milliken or somebody in that era that
It
started all
was.
this? Yeah.
And so there were leaders at the state level who wanted to do one thing. Michigan is extraordinary and special, so let's shine a light. And at that time, that would have been going back to almost 1954, actually. And as we add more to it, Greater West Bloomfield became one of the Michigan Week communities in 1972. And we're really proud. We have had 51 continuous celebrations of volunteers and community leaders.
Well, it's a great tradition and it can be experienced in person. We had some 300 people join us in person at Temple Israel. And I echo your comments of a couple of moments ago. Yeah, it worked out great there. We have plenty of room and people at Temple Israel did a great job, a lot of hard work there. But if you weren't able to make it, the story is archived forever, and we're playing it over and over again, the entire end-to-end broadcast on Civic Center TV. So I invite you to tune in there, to go to our website, and you can watch and see for yourself exactly what it was all about. Deb, where do we even start? And we didn't have a chance to talk before we got the air today. Where do we even start to talk about the people that were recognized at this event this year?
That is always really a fun question. There were 56, and here's how we do it in Greater West Bloomfield. We ask people, organizations, institutions all around who has contributed in an amazing way. Now, that was the purpose, one of the three goals of Michigan Week, and we continue those. And we talk about what are the advantages of living in Greater West Bloomfield? What is the history? And how are people in Greater West Bloomfield cooperating? Now, I need to say a little bit. When we say Greater West Bloomfield, we mean bringing together Kego Harbor, Orchard Lake, Sylvan Lake, West Bloomfield Township, and 3 of our 7 school districts, Bloomfield Hills, West Bloomfield, and Walled Lake. And we ask a critical question. Who has helped out in a way that has brought attention and great value to the community? And, we figure out a way to honor them.
Well, it's not an easy job. You're certainly part of the committee that works on that. And just as a confirmation of the fact that this is a regional recognition, not exclusively West Bloomfield, one of the biggest recipients this year of awards was the Walled Lake School District.
Well, you know what? There are 3 school districts that are our partners: Walled Lake, West Bloomfield Schools, and Bloomfield Schools. And one of the threads running through all of our recognitions is, can everyone in our 4 communities and 3 school districts see themselves represented? And this year, it was such a treat to honor Superintendent, now Deputy Superintendent at Oakland Schools, Ken Gutman. And Ken actually had his kids attending Bloomfield Hills schools, and Ken lives in West Bloomfield. So bringing all of those together for the extraordinary ways he contributes. Now, of the multiple award categories, each one has its own unique criteria. And let's say it this way: You have to be pretty special to be able to have been recognized with the Gretchko Award because we've modeled that off of the extraordinary life and legacy of Dr. Seymour Gretchko, once superintendent in the West Bloomfield schools.
So Ken Gutman was our Gretchko Award winner this year, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And it was so fitting. And we obviously have had a tremendous amount of communication with Ken Gutman over the years. He is a frequent guest on our programs on Civic Center
Yes.
TV. And I always say that I am so impressed with the students, the student athletes, the members of the band, all the cheerleaders and all the different people and just the, day-to-day students that I run into in the buildings doing my job. But, stepping back for a minute, we really have had a great run and continue to have a great run of senior leaders in our school districts at the superintendent level. Ken Gutman, just, and all of them really. But Ken Gutman, what a great individual, the kind of guy that our students can look up to, and is a great leader. And I'm just so thrilled to see him win the awards this year, and then continue to grow in his career now at Oakland Schools.
We would agree with you, and everything you said speaks to the criteria. So those of us who plan this amazing over the top celebration volunteer all year to organize and set up so we can shine a spotlight on advantages, on our history. And we ourselves, as the Michigan Week Committee, are modeling all of those goals as well. Now, I would be totally remiss if I didn't say, we invite those watching to check in to our website, michiganweek.org, because we're going to need a few more people next year. How can we top what we've done without new ideas, without more people jumping in? And also, I'd add, while we absolutely wanted to honor Ken for our premier hire recognition, there are 8 other award categories. There are maybe even a neighbor of yours who has reached out and done something extraordinary. We honor those who support the environment. We honor Michigan treasures, those who may not have been thought about before. We also honor with a volunteer service award. And 2 of our community's leaders, Jack Freed and Jeff Lieb, are honored themselves by having signature recognitions named after the legacy of their work. And you mentioned youth. Youth volunteer leaders are all through here. So, Dave, we appreciate being able to spotlight MVPs who have just done an extraordinary job to add value to living in Greater West Bloomfield.
Well, no question about it. MVPs, most valuable person, player, people, whatever you want to make the P. Hence the sports theme this past year, hence your amazing uniform. By the way, I heard Foot Locker is looking for a new senior manager at one of their locations. You're perfectly dressed for that. No, it's a great program. And, we have excellent leadership on our committee, and we should also give a nod to Pam Zajac and Carol Hack, who,
Absolutely.
anytime you have a leader in an organization like this, it's just so hard to pull together a committee of busy people together. And they did an amazing job. So I love your idea. Deb called me the other day and said, Dave, there are a number of really amazing stories inside these award recipients. So our job today is threefold. A, to remind you to watch this program. Take some time to watch. If you were there and you got caught up in all the hoopla, go back and watch, probably see yourself on television and be able to enjoy it. A. B, certainly take an opportunity to go to the website, the michiganweek.org website. There we have listed all the award recipients. You can see who's there. And then C, take an opportunity to stay tuned to this program, because Deb and I will be working on putting together the stories behind these award recognitions. And we'll get these people scheduled on the air. It's going to take several months to get through that, but we'll intersperse it with our other programming. And Deb, you've had an opportunity to hear these stories and see them in a much greater detail than I have. And there's a lot of meat there, isn't there?
Oh my gosh. I'll say it this way. When the award deadline hit and our partners in Bloomfield help us organize all the paperwork, when I received the packet of honoree nominations, immediately I reached out to the cable program committee and said, when you hear these stories, they will be amazing. And we wanted to feature a way to have more and more people. So, Dave, we think we have enough room in celebrating All Stars to honor these MVPs for a really long time. We think of this as the Michigan Week honoree experience, starting from the moment they're notified to being special and feeling important because they are. And then, did anyone see a yard sign in someone's yard honoring them as a volunteer? We take it to the max, Dave.
Well, we really do. Good job at the committee. Deb, thank you very much. Deb Macon involved with so many things. Good to have you with us. We got to scoot along. Thank you for the homework assignment. This will be a lot of fun talking to these people. And thank you for your time this morning here on the Splash Live. Deb.
Thank you.
All right, just a couple of other quick notes before we say so long. This very important message from your West Bloomfield Police Department. They remind you that you are not supposed to be burning things in our community. There is no open burning in West Bloomfield. The term open burning means setting on fire, igniting, or combustion of any natural or man-made materials. So, don't burn solid waste. Don't burn leaves in the yard. I know when I was a little kid and we were a very more of an agricultural farming community and subdivisions were just popping up. It might have been a different time, but it's just too dangerous now. Open burning of anything, any kind of solid waste, trash, refuse, other materials, including but not limited to paper product, cardboard, painted or treated wood, plastic, yada, yada, yada. Just don't burn it, okay? It's not legal here. West Bloomfield Police and I'm sure the West Bloomfield Fire Department also appreciate that as well. Big day today for kids here in West Bloomfield. Our wonderful West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation Department kicks off the Kids Commotion free concert series today, going on right now. And starting today at Marshbank Park. Kids will enjoy inflatables, crafts, and more. It's all going on at Kids Commotion. That's spelled with 2 Ks. Kids Commotion going on at Marshbank Park. Kudos to the fine people at West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation. And just one final note before we say so long, don't forget Memorial Weekend is right around the corner. We will be busy. Our Civic Center TV cameras all across our communities, Sylvan Lake Parade, most notably the Kegel Harbor Parade, which we will cover live, and other events. So don't forget Memorial Weekend. Make sure you get out and celebrate our country. Enjoy the weekend with a parade. It is a great, fantastic, amazing American tradition. Jared, I don't have my stopwatch with me, but I think we're getting to that time. I want to thank everybody for watching the program. Thank you so much to Deborah Macon today. Thank you for understanding that I'm on the road here in Charlevoix, but always think of West Bloomfield wherever I happen to be. And thank you for watching the Splash Live. Tyler Keefe will be in shortly, and he will be here for the MegaCast. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great day.